when Andrea's grandma cooked me fish, she can cook. You know, grandmothers can cook. It's like
Oh
that
yeah.
around the world. So she cooked for me, and I saw her. Let's put it like this: Andrea's got some attractive women in her family too, like Andrea. And I saw the women catering to the men, and not like the men were just sitting around like, but it was more or less
Yeah.
like because it was dude, I'm gonna tell you something I have never said to anybody. You guys get to hear this. I am still adjusting to when I see women do that. I was over my boy house, who's shout out to my
Hmm.
homeboy from Houston, and I'm hanging out with him, and then he had his date. I just showed up, and he had his
Hmm.
date with his girlfriend, his little friend with him, and she catered to me with drinks and do you need anything just as fast and easy as she can. I'm still trying to adjust my mind
Oh
to
yeah.
the fact that these women do this. We talk about a
Yeah.
6 foot, I mean, ultra chocolate, dimples, beautiful sister, beautiful sister. And she was catering to us like, what do you need? You need anything else? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, and even though
Yeah.
I've been living here about 3.5 years, I'm still wrapping my head around this. And it's amazing how that is a part of how good women are made. Now I'm gonna make a
Oh yeah.
statement real quick, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Because
Okay.
you've interviewed so many people. As far as us men that are from the States are concerned, I made this statement about I had to get my mind right about women to be able to find the right woman. I'm going to say that again. I had to get my mind right before I actually finally decided to move here to find the good woman. If the old womanizing Andre had gotten on that plane and moved to Colombia, there would be no Andre, because women like her don't
No.
come. Women like her don't come my way. How do you feel about that concept of getting your mind? Because a lot of dudes, they gravitate women to. And the reason why I say this, and I know I sound like I'm rambling. A lot of guys attract or attract only Sasua women, attract only
Yeah.
Parque Yeris women, attract only the Clock Tower Cartagena women. Let me hear what you
Yep.
have to say about that.
So here's the thing. I agree with you totally. A lot of men, they need
Thanks,
to
Felicia.
basically, they gotta clear their minds of the matrix if they're looking for the right one. Because here's the thing: a lot of us, whether we believe it or not, we're bringing a lot of baggage from the matrix. A lot of that dating situation, a lot of the I would say trauma from dating in the United States. A lot of brothers take that
I would
and
say
take
that.
that
Yeah.
overseas. And that's the problem. And a lot of times they don't even want to get their mind right, ready. Like for example, you got brothers that been traveling for so many years, but still haven't picked up learning how to speak Spanish. So,
See,
it's like you gotta change your mind. You got to be ready, because how you expect to get a good woman if you can't even speak her language? You're sitting there using the translator. I mean, that only goes for so long. Once you start getting to deep conversations, she's gonna really want to have that nice conversation with you. And with the translator, you're slowing down the conversation. She's gonna be like, "Come on," So that's one of the things. So it's like a lot of these brothers, I see that the fact that they don't want to put in the effort, because they're comfortable and they don't want to change their mentality, And of course, like I said, from what from what Charles Tyler was saying, you gotta change your mind from the matrix. And I took that and ran with that, and that definitely helped, because you have to come into it with a whole new mind, a whole new mindset, especially for a different culture. Because like for example, here's a good example. I don't know that you know this, pretty well. As you're walking in Colombia, especially in a busy area where there's like tons of people, if someone bumps into you, it's like whatever, that's just normal. What I mean? But of course, in
true.
the States, people are gonna take that as offensive, like, you know. So that's just one of the things that you gotta change your mind to the culture, or just change your mind in general, of leaving the United States culture or
That's
the
true.
matrix or whatever, and to just open your mind up and to be a better person, to find that better mate for yourself. Because if you still the same way, like you said, being a player, enjoying yourself, everything is all about party, whatever, you're gonna get that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're looking for. Unless you change what you're looking for, change how you are, you're not gonna find something nice. That's just my take on it.
That's true. That's true. And that's basically how I said it. The common denominator, if you go to Thailand, the common denominator, if you go to Georgia, the country, if you go to Ukraine, if you go to to Singapore, you come here to South America, Mexico, it doesn't matter. The common denominator of what the universe is saying is your behavior. And if you are a person that only about the sex game, only about the party game, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to repeat. There is nothing wrong with that. But that's what the universe is going to give you back.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but also at the same time, it's kind of funny. You see these guys that has this mentality of saying, well, these are the only type of women that are out there. This is all that I'm used to. But it's like, wait a minute, this is what you're attracting, and that's what kind of somewhat gets me a little bit upset whenever you hear guys saying that, oh yeah, that's what they only good for. That's it. But it's like, wait a minute, you haven't even, expand your travels. You haven't even, went further into your travel of looking at different types of women. If that is what, that's what you're all around. And also, I've seen other men that, they're used to that whole environment, but they still want a good woman or still want a woman. So it's kind of like, they're stuck in that rut situation. And it's like, they keep saying that they can't find it, but it's because look what you're doing, your situation with your, if you constantly stay in that little tourist area, where it's not the good, the best, the best. Exactly. How you expect you're gonna find something? I mean, and of course they'll label the entire country off of that one little spot that they only go to. And it's like, no, you haven't explored, you haven't moved away from that little hole that you're used to being at. So so their perception is just that little bit, that little bit that they do. They think that that's the whole country. It's like, come on, it's really not. Yeah,
it's not. Or even a whole island. Oh, I got one statement that I didn't get a chance to get to that I want to share with you. Okay, the last one in regards to Colombian women being good women is one of the signs is that they are jealous or protective or both. You are a rare catch. I'm not talking about you, America. It could be Jose from around the corner that was a rare catch that they treat like this. I see too many Colombian women that are the exact same way with their local men. So don't think that they only act like that with you, because they know they are not the only attractive one in their family. They're not, their best friend is sexy. That their teacher that they grew up with is sexy. The woman that that work at McDonald's. I've seen some of the most beautiful women working at McDonald's.
Do you mind if I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. I want to say one thing just to touch on that one point that you were saying. The fact that they know that there's another beautiful woman, that there's another woman that's even more beautiful than them, is what keeps them on their A game, and why they constantly doing what they're doing. And that's one thing I love about them. It's not like in the States how you got a 6 thinking that she's all that and that's it, thinking that she's a 10, when out there, they're humble with it because they know that there's another woman that looks better than them that will take her place. And that's one thing I love about it, about them. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but you go ahead.
No. I mentioned that earlier. I love that a lot of things that I mentioned